Alright, let's try that again with Wi-Fi enabled, since the cell phone coverage in this apartment is terrible. So again, their cages take up a lot of room. My desk takes up a lot of room and has a lot of wires involved. So I'm not really keen on the idea of them running around in here, because I'd have to cover all these wires and make sure nothing landed on the floor when I'm eating, and things like that. So the solution is I cleaned everything out of this closet and turned it into as a slightly smaller playroom, but it's still a decent size for 3 little piggies. And look, the boys aren't even abject cowards while in there. Isn't that crazy? So we got plenty of features though. We got most of the floor covered with either the black exercise mats or clear cage panels. There are some gaps, but they're small. We have a tunnel. We have a litter box, a hay box, some pellets, and some water. With a pee pad covering everything up there except under the litter box directly. We have the turtle shell hide, which used to be Starlight's favorite. Hi, Starlight. How you doing? And then we have the 2 cloth hides that used to have pillows in them, but they got pretty disgusting, so I tossed the pillows. But the hides are still usable. So yeah, this is where I can put them to let them get some exercise that's a little bit bigger than their cages. You all right? Oh, Starlight, you okay? Okay. Guess you had a piece of hay go down the wrong pipe. Hi, boys. Are you okay, Starlight? Nice thing about it is I can walk in there and cohabitate with them. Oh. Are you okay? All right, well. Starlight's never been very vocal. Hi, baby. She always gets mad at me when I pick her up and take her out of her cage. She then assumes that I'm just gonna be picking her up again. I know. How you doing? You gonna freak out if I try to pet you? Yes, you will. Oh, hey, if anyone has small pets and you have a suggestion on how to filter the dust out of the hay, that would be fantastic. Because every time I give them new hay, at least one, if not all of them, have sneezing fits. Nice, Starlight. Of course, they move the tunnel away from the wall so they can run behind it as well. Yeah, the only flaw to this setup is because it's a closet, there's no external ventilation besides the door. I mean, it's not super hot in here. And this is actually this closet is next to the bathroom where the main AC unit is. Hi. So this bedroom actually gets most of the AC. I got some hay up my nose too. Oh, sorry about that, boys. So yeah, again, I mean, this could almost be a cage, but again, I'm worried if I leave them in here too long because of the lack of ventilation, it might get warm in here. So I figure this should just be their playroom. Don't eat the tunnel. Don't eat the tunnel. Don't eat the tunnel. Don't eat the tunnel. It's Turtle Starlight. We haven't seen her for a while. This blue hide used to be in their cage when her and Wisp were together. And that's what she would do. She would go in there. She usually sticks her head out, so she looks like a turtle. Did I scare you with my sneeze, boys? Is that why you're hiding now? Because you know I can roll that tunnel. Oh, I see one peeking his head out. Oh, maybe not. Is that Nova? It's Nova. Hi, buddy. Yeah, there's actually a hole in the middle of the tunnel over there that they can sneak in and out of too. I see Flare. I know though. Of course, they have a ton of different textures to fill in here too, because the clear cage plates are like a plexiglass type stuff, and under these are the black exercise mats, which I can't get to right now. But so they have an anti-slip texture on them that they can feel when they're walking on, and of course it's covered in the blanket. And then the pee pad has got a different texture to it. Then of course the tunnel and the pop-up pen over there, which I use to cover part of the floor, are like a canvasy type stuff. I know that. And of course these are cheap $3 fleece blankets from Walmart. Well, they're $4 now because we bought too many and we caused the demand to go up, so the price went up. Seriously, we've bought like 20 of these since we started getting the pets, if not more. But yeah, I don't figure I'm going to put a lot more toys in here just because it's more for them to run around. They've got the tunnel. They've got the hides. They've got each other. Of course, if I leave them in here long enough, they're just going to eat all the hay out of the litter box. That was a nice popcorn. Good job, buddy. As a side effect, me sitting here, they'll get more acclimated to my presence, huh? Yeah. Hi, Flare. Oh, you know, oh, Flare's back out. Hi, buddy. I always found it funny that Starlight and Wisp would hide behind me when I was in the bigger room. if there was any gap between me and the wall, that would be their safe space, because if I couldn't see them, they were safe. Just like Flair's trying to do now. Except I'm flat against the wall, so there's no way for him to get through. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. That actually was the boys' litter box when they were in the floor pen. Yeah, and all I did was over here is I took some segments of the pen fencing and I made a C shape. In fact, that panel over there is barely hanging on because once I put the middle piece in, it was actually just a hair too wide. So I kind of forced it in and it caused that piece to pop out, but it's still secure. That's you. But yeah, so it's low enough that I can step over it easily, and high enough that these boys and his girl certainly aren't going to get over it. Hi. You try to get behind me again? Yeah, my butt is still against the wall. I'm sorry, buddy. Starlight, are you taking a nap over there? You okay? Stop eating the tunnel. Stop eating the tunnel. I want to check on her. Try not to mess up the blankets in the process. Starlight, are you okay? Are you okay? Oh. Well, she's definitely moving fine. Hey, baby. Here. Come here. You okay? Hmm? Are you okay? Aside from clicking your teeth at me, are you okay? You okay? You're just not feeling very sociable right now? You okay? Alright. Go play. I see someone's butt sticking out of the tunnel. Starlight. I see someone's butt sticking out of the tunnel. Whoa! Whoa! Here you go, drink some water. Oh, I think off my knees. Nova. Hi, Flair. That was my toe. Yes, I moved away from the wall so you can squeeze behind me now. Don't eat the bowl. Eat the water, don't eat the bowl. All right. Okay, good. Starlet's eating. I was a little concerned the way she was acting after she choked a while ago. This is a fun game. Flair was running back and forth behind me. Now that I'm not bending and moving around a bunch, it's actually nice in the closet. It's fairly cool. Hi, baby. Nova. Nice popcorn. I think they like it in here. Don't eat the tunnel. There's not really room for you back there, buddy. Like, those things pretty much fill up the gap. That's my toe. What are you trying to do, Starlight? Hey, buddy. All right. Hi. What are you boys doing? The sound of their feet on the plastic is so cute. Alright, well, I'm going to end the live there. I'll sit in here with them for a few minutes more and let them play around. Alright, bye.